our very great pleasure to welcome our colleagues from the Bushfire CRC and most importantly our overseas colleagues from the Department of Homeland Security in the US. We can't succeed in delivering our services and meeting the ever-increasing and I would say unsustainable levels of community expectation without seamless collaboration at all levels of our emergency operations. On the ground, incident management, aircraft, intelligence, mapping, and the list goes on. And a lot of people in our organisation would say that, what does that mean for MFB? Like Bushfire CRC, what does that mean? And it means everything I just said. That for us to improve the way we do business, we need to be innovative, we need to share our experiences and research data, which this study trip of our US colleagues is aimed to do.
We've come over here, the American delegation has come over here that I've led from US Department of Homeland Security to work with the Bushfire CRC and the Government of Australia and New Zealand to talk about wildfires in particular and try to determine if there are some common pursuits we might undertake for research and development to help the response community, to help the communities, the victims of wildfires recover more quickly.
It's really about looking at what are the issues which we have to deal with in the interface. So that's where the forest joins the urban environment, or where people in their built homes are living amongst the forested environment. And what we're looking at is what are the issues which people are confronting there, and what are the research knowledge which is required by the fire agencies to help deal with those issues so that people in the communities can be safer as a result of it.
What struck me is how similar our two countries are, in that I hear some of the research questions like, this is the problems that we're struggling with. And it's like, we're struggling with the same exact things in the United States. It might be a complete, half the world around, but it's a very similar problem, much like we have in the Western US, we have in Australia, and also around the Mediterranean Rim. It's very similar, and it seems to me like the scientists and the practitioners, we're coming together, and it's part of why we're having this thing, so that we can come together and figure out what do we know, where are the gaps at, what can we learn from each other to try to solve this problem so we don't have these fire disasters.